What's up guys, C-Life HD here, and today we're going to talk about Katamari Damacy Reroll. The original game was released on the PS2 many moons ago, but I never played it there. I had, however, played it on mobile back in the good old days when premium games were more of a thing. I had never played the whole game in its entirety, so I thought, why not try it on the Switch? So is it any good? Let's find out. First, let's talk about game modes. There's only one mode, that's the main campaign mode, which is really good, but we'll talk more about that in the gameplay section. So since there's only one mode, let's talk about what settings you have available to you. There's a place called Collections where you can view all the things that you picked up with your Katamari, including all the locations, size chart of your largest Katamari, objects, names, and photo album. You can also view the constellations you created. In sound, you can disable or enable background music or sound effects. In button config, you can choose 1 or 2 player, choose usual controls, motion controls, or simple controls. We just went with the default controls. You can also turn vibrate on or off. Next is controls and gameplay. We're not gonna take long here, but basically you control the Katamari like you'd control an RC car. You move both thumbsticks to the front, back, left, right, and that's how you move. When you move the thumbsticks to the opposite sides, you'll turn the Katamari and the camera. You can click the left and right stick up and down to charge and roll, and click them down to do a quick turn. Lastly, click L to look at the whole map and R to jump. In terms of gameplay, if you can get used to the controls, it's honestly a really fun game. The objective is to create a large enough Katamari that the supposed king of the universe is happy with it. You begin with a small Katamari that has nothing on it. It looks like one of those massage balls from way back in the day. You roll the Katamari around like a remote control car, first picking up small things, and then as it keeps growing you pick up things that are larger and larger until you pick up humans, boats, street signs, fences. It gets insane, but that's the fun thing about the game. It's just ridiculous. Now, UI and graphics. The UI is really different because they don't have it as a regular menu like most games. They have an interactive menu. They have a menu that looks like a green spherical planet, and you just walk around to your audio settings, collections, controls, and more. As you walk around the world, the little planet turns with you. It's pretty dope. The save menu is the one that's a little tricky. In order to move in the menu, you have to press forward with both thumbsticks. Remember that? It's really important. I mentioned earlier that this game came out in the days when the PS2 roamed the earth. Well, you'll be happy to know that the graphics have been revamped since that time, and the game looks a whole lot crisper. It's not a remaster per se, but it does look a heck of a lot better than the PS2 version of the game. The environments are all different. They all have their different objects that match the environments that you can pick up. You also get different looking Katamari balls when you begin every level. I also love the square look of the characters. They just crack me up every time. Up next, music and sound. The music is of course also ridiculous as well. I mean, what else would you expect from a game that's just silly and crazy as heck? The intro music is probably the craziest of all, but it's so good. The rest of the music in the game isn't as crazy, but it does change per level. There's a really large variety of music, but what's there is amazing. In fact, I need to look for a Katamari Damacy soundtrack because it's really cool to listen to. In terms of sound, everything that you pick up has a sound. The environments are teeming with it. Some of the most interesting sounds are when you pick up human beings and they're like, ah! It's kind of hilarious and weird in a crazy way. Anyways, forget I said that. Where's my memories ever when I need it? And lastly, story. You're a diminutive prince on a mission to rebuild the stars, constellations, and moon, which were accidentally destroyed by your father, the aka king of all cosmos. I love how they make the correlation between what's happening in the cosmos and what's happening here on Earth. It's a really funny story to see, especially the look on the little kids' faces when the news anchor says that the stars are disappearing. And we see it's the king of the cosmos. His expression will always crack me up. Anyways, the rest of the story is short but really fun. With all that said, if you want to play a simple little game that's not overly complicated, but you can chill to on the couch and just make your Katamari as large as you can, it's a super fun game. I think everyone seeking to pick up and play type of experience will enjoy it. With all that said, this game is definitely DLife HD approved. Alright everybody, thanks for joining me. Let me know by commenting below if you agree with me or my opinions or have one of your own to share. If you like this video, remember to smash that like button because it really helps us out a lot. If you want more content like this, remember to subscribe because we release Switch content like this pretty regularly. Also, follow us on Twitter and Facebook for more game updates. And lastly, remember to always stay one up.